Drugs are a part of hip-hop, but some rappers quickly find out that they can't stop taking drugs, and that's not a good thing. These are rappers who become drug addicts. Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane went through a long stint in his career battling addiction. He openly admits to having been heavily addicted to many drugs and has spoken out about his struggles and his recovery. After his own friend called the police on him and had him arrested, he had to deal with it eventually. A few years back in 2013, Gucci got on Twitter and said he woke up in a hospital ashamed and embarrassed about his behavior, and he admitted to a terrible addiction. He eventually went into rehab while under incarceration, and since then he seems to have conquered his demons, at least enough for him to not do as much crazy stuff as he did while on. According to the rapper himself, he could barely remember all the things he did while on drugs. Mac Miller. One rapper who wasn't as lucky and didn't catch his addiction in time was Mac Miller. Before his untimely death in 2018, many people would say that Mac Miller had succumbed to his addiction. He was dealing with a pill addiction, which had been going on for a few years. But his insistence on continuing drug use and partying eventually led to his premature death, and people still mourn the man who could have been one of the brightest stars in hip-hop if he had gotten the help he needed. He died as a result of mixed drug toxicity, having multiple deadly drugs in his system. And while he had just released his 5th studio album earlier this same year, the world is still grieving him, especially his fans. Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne has also dealt with drug addiction his whole life, likely sparked by his heavy drinking in his younger years. He's been in and out of the hospital and treatment centers numerous times, but fans all learned the gravity of his addictions in 2013. After a series of seizures, it looks like his body was finally just too tired to carry on anymore. He received emergency treatments and since then has been more open and honest about his addiction struggles and his attempt to put an end to it. Despite this, he doesn't seem to have achieved it. More recently in 2020, when Lil Wayne was promoting his album Funeral, many could see him allegedly snorting coke while heading out of camera range. Juice WRLD. Another rapper who recently passed away, Juice WRLD was known for mentioning his issues with and other drugs in some of his most popular songs. Reports said that his death might have been caused by him taking some type of drug that he wasn't used to, which either caused a seizure or caused cardiac arrest. He suffered a seizure at Chicago's Midway Airport and never recovered, passing away at the hospital. He was merely 21 years old, something that made many fans just devastated to hear. Juice WRLD was an artist many could relate to, especially with songs about substance abuse and all the emotions that come with it. Lil Peep. He tragically died only weeks after he turned 21. Lil Peep had recently gained traction in the rap underground and had released his first debut 2 months prior to his death. His death was caused by an accidental overdose of and sent shockwaves through the world. Fans and friends seemed especially wrecked by his death, with many of them paying their respects on social media and putting out their own tributes to the young artist. Some rappers even got tattoos in their memory. What made it so tragic, however, is that he had been open to his struggles with drugs and mental health. Lexi Alligae had it all. She collaborated with some of the most famous rap stars and released incredibly successful songs. She had a bright future ahead of her, but on New Year's Day of 2020, the young rapper died of an accidental drug overdose, a deadly mix of and she was only 21 years old. Fans are devastated by the news, and many of her peers have taken to social media to pay their respects. Lexi, like so many of the rappers on this list, has struggled with drugs, particularly and her death serves as a reminder of the dangers of drug addiction. While some rappers survive and are still battling their drug addictions, others unfortunately don't have the same luck.